And we are live here on Myth Brigade with some of the most ear-bleeding volume on the nostalgic synthwave, retro wave mix. Cloud9. It's royalty-free, I might add. It's royalty-free, YouTube. Don't copyright claim me for whatever the hell this nonsense is playing in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time, and that is my fault. I will not apologize, but I will say I'm really glad that we are back, and I'm going to hand it over to Byron, who has apparently, he has transported himself into Sin City, the movie, with his lighting. Ooh, that's nice. That's fucked up. Don't do that. That's scary. That's scary.
You look directly in the
candlelight over here.
Yeah. So
I was streamed by candlelight.
Yeah.
Right? That's really bright in my eyeball, though. That's like our.
So I'm going to find another selection of music because this is making me feel like I have to pee. But Byron, take us away, man. Go take us somewhere.
All right. Woo. Well, welcome back, guys. Please excuse my terrible computer setup today. Apparently, in our hiatus, my computer got another job and doesn't want to participate anymore today. So it's an old issue, just reoccurring now that it's been in use for a minute. So we'll get that figured out. But welcome back to another episode of Pendragon. And we're excited to play today, kind of switching gears a little bit, playing more like 8 to 10 instead of 9 to 11 due to some life changes and so forth for some of us.
For some of us, come on now.
I get up
because my schedule's different.
Dude,
I'm
it's my
sorry.
schedule too. Whatever.
All right, good.
We weren't trying to throw you under the bus, Jason.
I didn't
have to.
There are no buses in this period of time. It's under the carriage. I'll happily go into the carriage. It's fine.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep. But anyway, let's go around the horn real quick. James, how you been?
Doing good. Glad to be back. Sorry, I missed the last one.
That's okay.
Were you
Sorry,
taking?
I'm only partially here for this one.
What can we tell the stream? What can we tell the stream you were up to that's heroic and cool? Go.
Rescued kittens from a tree.
All right. Rescuing kittens. Sweet.
Nice. It's hard to go wrong with that. That's pretty.
That's classic.
That's pretty good. Mr. Nedley, are you banging out some good tattoos in the last couple weeks, month?
No, but I'm putting out some tattoos. And in between those, I am hiding kittens in trees. Which is pretty
Someone's got to keep James busy.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna have that dude that can whoop my ass with a sword anytime he wants around, and I can't have that. Can't have hands and sword over here. But anyway, yeah, I've just been staying busy, working, and trying not to have an existential crisis. Next,
Mr. Tim Eder, how are you?
I'm doing great. Just like everybody, rolling through life. Finally got back on track yesterday with some 5e and Rime of the Frost Maiden. We had a lot of fun.
It was a great night.
And then playing more 5e on Thursday. So it's good. It's a good week to be back gaming.
Sweet. Yeah, I think I have a game like every day this week except for like Saturday.
Currently, we have games Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Monday through Friday. So, Mr. Tyler, I know what you've been up to because I've been up to you with it the whole time.
Yeah, getting used to your weird ass schedule, being home all the time, having to hang out with you. No, I'm doing good.
Yep. So, been playing some Song of Ice and Fire miniatures game. Blades in the Dark.
We're gonna start Scum and Villainy tomorrow.
I got this little crazy 5 or 6 episode mini campaign of some 5e where all the characters are awakened animals. That's
real top notch role players. Awesome game.
So furries?
Not furries.
Kind of.
Not furries, but yeah. So and last but not least, Jason.
What?
How big is Archer?
Oh, we'll check this out.
Lift with your legs, not your back.
So,
oh my God.
This is my puppy.
How old is he?
He's just shy of 4 months.
He's as big as Frenchie.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, that's
Sorry. He's in big boy school, so he's learning from a former Marine who is a bit of a bastard, if I'm being honest. She won't let you hold a leash a certain way, and I don't know. But yeah, so he's in big boy school, which is cool. He'll go away for 3 weeks of training off leash, like military style shit. I don't know. Maybe he'll attack terrorists if there are any in town. Other than that, I'm here and I'm stoked. So
sweet.
Let's play some fucking games.
Well, cool. So I'm gonna guess that I don't think the last episode is up. So kind of give everybody like a little refresher real quick. So the crew, when for anybody that was watching last time, basically went to the castle in Tewksbury, and was it like Tewksbury or was it in Tewksbury? I'm in the wrong place. Sorry, I don't have my notes on my computer since it is down. So
my notes only say
that's a
little green gem, and that doesn't help. So
is it Linden?
Yeah, Duke Cornelius of Lindsay. Here we go.
Lindsay.
Got some actual notes. Thank God I wrote those down. But anyway, the Duke Cornelius of Lindsay is where you guys have been, hanging out with his wife, Lady Ellsworth, who seems to be more in control than the Duke himself. Helped out Lady Swen and Lady Aethed. Lady Swen being the one that is sick and has been getting slightly better since you have brought herbs and so forth. You guys were reuniting. Found this kind of idol in her bedroom. Smashed it. I believe Marcus smashed it with his boot.
He sure did, because James wasn't here. So yeah.
Good jobs, Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus smashed it with his boot, and then Bjorn, Garen, and Olo were accosted on the road by some sort of creature that looked to resemble the idol that was there, and Bjorn and Garen were battling it out. Bjorn was hitting it, but was unable really to do a lot of damage. And then, of course, Sir Garen came by and hacked at it really well. Between the two of them, they were able to take it down. I forget who did get the final shot on that. Was that?
That would be Bjorn.
That would be Bjorn, yeah. So all covered in twigs and moss and algae and mud from instead of blood, like but I think if it would have killed you, you still would have maybe possibly got to like maybe. So that's where we left off. So you guys were, I believe, going to try to see what was going on here and then possibly head towards the location of this sorceress and the remaining picks that you were aware of off in the forest, in the Rostock forest, I believe.
Yes, we secured a promise for alliance to King Arthur if we were to dispose of the witch.
Kill the witch.
You could.
This sounds like one of those multi-level marketing things where we're supposed to just like if we want power, we get this guy power. I'm not sure that it works out this way.
You have to get a good sale for your upline.
Yeah, I gotta.
I remember rightly. That's how that works. All right, so what are you guys gonna do?
I don't know where my character is.
Well, certainly we know.
You guys have just kind of rendezvoused back at the castle.
From our travels, we know exactly where the heathens live. do we not?
Yes, we did some reconnaissance beforehand, but I think we know they're in a cave in the woods.
So what we do is...
Runestones, we can figure that out again.
Oh, yeah. Giddy up.
Oh, wait, there was that big footprint too, right? That we were... Yeah, okay. So we should pay them a visit.
We're heading to the front lines. Or the vicinity thereof.
Pile the filth high and set them on fire.
At least 2 Ulos high.
So we should ride out on the morning. Should we? Or, I don't know. So, Garen, pagans, do they sleep during the day or the night? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah. We sleep. When we sleep at night.
We sleep at night mostly.
Write that down in my things that are the same and not the same.
It's pros and cons of being a pagan.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Did you think they were faking when all this time we've been spending with them, Beardsley?
Yeah. I just shut my eyes during the day.
Yeah.
You know, we have our rituals that occur after the devout go to bed, so I can see why he's asking the question.
You see? So we should... How does one provoke cave filth to leave their home? Exactly. Fire and smoke. Perhaps we smoke them out.
Be more interesting than what's in the cave? I don't know.
Well, Beardsley, this seems like a perfect job to send one of your squires into the cave to lure them out.
That's not a bad idea. Picha?
Have him wear a bell around his shoe just so we know.
It's him.
We had to leave a string tied to his leg or something. I don't know. I think it feels kind of chicken not to go in the cave. I don't really know. I mean, are you suggesting we don't see our enemy and you're gonna let your squire go do honorable work? We can go do this.
I was just saying he could be bait.
Oh. Well, I'm all right with that. No. I don't even like that kid.
There's a reasonable amount of less courage involved in drawing around than going in.
We're definitely going in. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Or we could just seal the cave shut.
I know Bjorn's like really big, but like I don't think he can move that much rock.
Can work on it.
Well, he's also a pagan. Can't he just create some sort of explosive device?
I'm a pagan, not an alchemist.
Explosive things?
Yeah, can you not just summon up some of your...
The only thing that's explosive is his stomach after he eats a third pig.
Yeah.
So, what dishonor is there in luring the pigs out of their pen for a proper fight? We don't want to... They know there are caves inside and out. When was the last time that any one of us had a fight in a cave? Excluding Bjorn, of course.
Put your hand up.
I think that with our litany and everything, we can just go out and just make a scene and they'll come out. But by all means, send the boy in if he needs experience. But
Oh, it was just a joke. It seems like we could handle the pick fighters like we did last time, but we're going to need somebody to neutralize if this witch is a witch. And it seems like our Ulo's true shot will be able to help there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust the witch left unattended.
Good.
So is this plan happening at the castle, or are you guys like riding out?
I think we would have this conversation the night before and kind of at least get a sense of roles and responsibilities. Yeah, I think, we can handle pick fighters, but we need some way to distract the witch.
How many of them do you suppose there are?
Subdue her quickly. If we could do that early, there's a good chance the picks will run.
Is it a village fool?
Marcus, you're being suspiciously quiet.
I figure we'll encounter them on the way there. They'd probably come out and fight us, and then we might have to go through the cave and root out the last of them, and maybe the witch if she's hiding.
That sounds extremely strenuous. Should we enlist aid?
Is there anyone in this castle that's willing to help us? Or is everyone already just like fighting in a
Most
war?
of their able-bodied man-at-arms and so forth are in the north.
Yeah, last I heard, they were all at war, weren't they?
Yeah, they're all at the front lines.
Priority.
About 50, 60 miles north.
And do we remember much from your vision, Bjorn? I know it's been a while since you cast the rune stones, but
aside from the image of this this burning bloody thing, no. I mean, it was just a threat, and there's a witch at the end of it. So,
well, it seems like if you're near her or him, they'll be.
That's very progressive of you.
They'll be coming out. Well, Marcus threw me off. He called the witch a him, and I thought it was a her, so I don't have any idea.
Don't assume.
It's not nice.
Yeah.
Too bad.
I think there's very little to actually plan if we're going to go best some of the people that we ran into in the woods. They didn't even seem to be a threat at all. I don't even think any of us took damage.
The cut on my ribcage says begs to differ, but
you have 2 rib cages. Don't be selfish. Maybe realize you're small and stay in the back and shoot shit with your little pointy things.
Is there no opportunity for diplomacy, however divisive it may be?
No.
What if you were to ask for a meeting, and then keep a little group off to the side, just to sideline them when they don't do it? That's not that honorable, is it? I'm not very good at this.
I didn't realize the devout had a soft spot for witches.
I said nothing of the witch's fate. I just suggested that the conversation may lead to a more strategic end. I shall
You
go
mentioned
with
something earlier about smoking them out or burning them out. We could set it up to do that and then call them out and threaten to ignite it if they don't come out to talk.
What if there are 40 of them?
Then it'll be a really big fire.
then the pile gets a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Then you shall hope that you're not the slowest member of this group going out.
Yeah. No able-bodied people block a fire exit. So I think we just head down there and we bring pitch. Yeah, it sounds like it wouldn't take much for us to bring some pitch and tar in a couple of jars or something.
You could gather those things. Yes.
Let me ask just this. We say, There is a favor that we have done to the woman who is fated to that beast. Perhaps it would return the favor and help us vanquish the witch. Or perhaps we burn the girl.
Or we could just go.
We're not burning the girl.
Yeah, nothing from Garen, Marcus.
Which girl are we going to burn?
We could just go kill the witch.
No, I'm down to hear a little more psycho talk about burning people.
Don't be naive. There is a creature out there that could easily just snap these heathens like twigs if we could leverage its strength as a distraction. Is there not a mutual interest there at some level? I mean, I suggest burning the girl only because I believe it has a connection to her. So perhaps we could persuade it by
Which is what I believe we're hoping to sever by killing the witch.
Oh, yes.
What if we dress Ulo up like the girl?
I'm new to this diplomacy thing, but I think that torching Lord Cornelius's daughter
is out the window.
It's on the table. All right.
Can she control it?
He'd be less inclined to join up with King Arthur, I believe.
Can she control
I
it?
think that's what he's trying to say.
Or influence it?
All right, we've thought this to death. Let's gather our gears and go. So
Spoken like a true knight. It's like, we've thought this to death. Let's abandon all. Let's fucking go.
Let's just go.
So we need fire.
Yeah,
we need the daughter.
Yeah, fire and daughter. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So the fire you can come up with, the daughters are not going to really. It's not gonna happen.
Ulo needs to dress like the daughter.
I'm so sorry for ruining such a great moment where you could have explained why we were taking the ailing daughter with us. So
We can still try.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
Trust us.
the Duchess is not going to allow her daughter to go with you to fight.
Not with
Yes.
all of our skills, but Beardsley has historically been able to talk himself into and out of things. So I'm kind of curious how that goes. I'm an axe guy. I just want to see this happen. So
Okay. So you guys ride out. Are you going to ride directly there? It is about a 1.5 to 2 day journey. You could march there, but then maybe camp not that far from there, or perhaps go back to the farmstead.
Yeah, wasn't there a farm?
I would say the farmstead would probably be better.
yeah, I like that idea.
can we send well, they don't have many troops, but could we send people down there just to make sure that we have a place to retreat to? Like actually when we go out, have something set up for like we need to have a place to come back to and guard, you know.
Yeah, your squires can set up
All right.
an area for you.
I'm gonna ask them to. I don't know why I want to burn shit so bad, but I want to put a bunch of pitch in their field.
Jesus.
I think
Their goats have been disappearing, but I don't think they really want you to burn big pieces of their field.
I'm a knight.
You are.
For the moment.
Bjorn has become
For the moment,
obsessed
right.
with fire while we've been gone.
Yeah. They want to go into the blaze of glory. I'm pretty sure my character's not going to make it. So, carry on. So what's the next step?
We'll ride for the farmstead, stay there, and then ride there.
Okay. And all right. Yeah, let's just do that because planning is going to get me nowhere, apparently. But I do want to burn all the stuff, so.
All right, yeah. So you guys go there, gather up your horses, a cart if you wish to take pitch and so forth that you wanted to carry with you, because carrying that around on horseback, that's not really going to work very well.
Well, you would gather up lots of moss as well, something that smokes a lot, right? Some kind of
There's a reasonable amount of moss and stuff you could get.
Yeah. So
Maybe
some
you might have to
plant.
gather some of that in the forest. It doesn't really, it's not really all around that much by the castle.
It just depends on how run down it is.
Dried dung creates a lot of smoke.
It's delicious as well. I mean, no, that's a good
Dried
idea.
dung, yeah, you could easily get dried dung and stuff from the stable or from the animals, the cows and stuff that they have here.
Picture these knights cruising across the countryside. They've got this fucking cart full of pitch, dung, and moss. Yes. No, don't mind.
And a plan.
And a plan.
A loosely developed plan.
Yes. Kill the witch.
You do loosely have a plan.
Can we please have "Kill the Witch" painted on the side of the cart?
Got to test your knowledge now. How will we know which one's the witch?
Well, when we kill her,
Yeah.
something will happen.
Oh, no, it's a floating thing. Yeah.
Who
If
are you
you-
that is wise in the ways of science?
If she weighs the same as a duck, then she's made out of wood. And therefore,
She's a witch. Yep,
See, plan tied up. We're good.
nailed it.
I like it. It's very Monty Python-y.
We're planned out real well. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, totally planned out super well. We got it.
All right, so you guys get to you guys ride out to the farmstead. It's only about a half a day to today's journey, and they're surprised to see you back. You guys left in a kind of a hurry. They apologize for not having much in the way of refreshments and stuff because they don't really put up 5 nights and some squires like multiple times a week. So their goats have kind of been disappearing, but they do get together some food and so forth. The young kid travels to another farmstead that's a few miles away and brings back a goat. Takes him like all night to go get it, but he goes and gets it. And it's a small goat because the family doesn't really have a lot of cash flow. And she will. But
do we recall what proof we have to proffer to prove that the witch has been disposed of?
Her head.
Her head is that I vaguely recall that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So pretty much any woman's head.
As I glance over,
As we glance at the mom.
Damn.
Has she showered lately?
See, that's the difference between pagans and good Christians, right there. Like you glance over. That's it. It has nothing to do with burning or cowardice.
All in the name of King Arthur.
Oh, the things I'm about to do for my country.
You have to use that Jamie Lannister line. Oh, the things we do for love.
All right, I would Marcus and Bjorn.
This is gonna be something violent.
You've communed with the witch in your ruined trance. Is there any reason to try again to see if we can get some insight as to where she's at and what the fortifications are? Do you think your vision was true, or was she just mocking you? Or I don't know that we're making a sneak attack here, but
Visions show an intent, and they show what is true at the time. There's no way to predict if it's going to maintain, the same way that if she showed she was in the back of a cave, she at some point can leave the cave. There's nothing like that. It could be a trap. All it is it's a means of communicating. So,
can you communicate back? Because the witch was communicating with you.
We can try, but I think if we just go
I'm
make
opening it up for the discussion. I don't know if it's worth, maybe it's for naught, maybe it's a mistake. I don't really know.
Yes, let us please have the devil whisper in our ear and tell us what he wants to tell us. That's exactly what we should do. Oh, dear witch, how are you? I am Bjorn. Oh, hello, Bjorn. I'm the devil posing as the witch. You are a fool and you will burn in hell.
You gonna go talk to your God about that, or?
I feel very strongly about it.
Let me remind you, Sir Beardsley, that you wanted to burn the Lord's daughter. So the good ideas are not all.
I didn't say I did not say I
house.
wanted to burn the daughter. I thought it might compel the beast to serve us. Regrettable.
I think any communion
we're
is
all
more.
allowed one bad idea. Then.
Any communion is maybe more likely to give away more than we get from it.
No,
Fair
that's a
enough.
good point.
Fair assessment. Fair assessment.
That, and I think we can safely assume that since I'm carrying an axe,
That you are a woodsman.
Magic isn't my first. Yeah, right. Magic isn't my first.
You mean your character's not a sorcerer?
I can't spell sorcerer. I have an axe.
You can't spell Bjorn.
I'm kind of frantically typing in another window so I can get my other character set up because I know you're going to. This is a lot of build up to not have that immediately stamped in the dirt shit that happened. My character's never going to wake up again. My character woke up this morning and didn't. Yeah. It's going to hurt.
Only for a minute.
Yeah. And that's why I have so many kids. Let's go figure this out.
All right. Well, then we'll rest and head out in the morning.
Okay. Turn up the level. Where's your sheet here? Because I don't have my templates.
Sorcerer. This is Bjorn the Sorcerer, I think.
Do you two have your crucifixes ready? Does that,
Do you guys actually carry?
Can you compel the witch?
Maybe you can compel her to stop being a witch.
It's not like we have matching ones or anything. We each have our own.
Yeah, you do.
All right, fine, we do.
Do you think he's going to come back if you guys wear the symbol that killed him? It's fine. It's fine.
He already came back. He's not going to come back again for a minute. We've got other things to do, but
It's got other things to do.
we've got a list of,
Oh,
chores for- Everyone look busy. He's coming soon, I swear.
Everyone looked busy.
No offense to our Christian, viewers.
Yes, no
probably
offense.
we don't have many of those, but those of you who are out there,
You probably don't have many
it's all you.
on the screen.
We're just
Well, technology is no wait. They're allowed to have technology.
what?
What?
They're not Amish.
No.
Now we've offended the rest of our listeners.
Yeah, no, Amish. The Amish. Amish are gonna stop following us on Twitter right now, Twitch.
On the old trotter. Yeah.
Trotter.
Yeah.
I just got a message. Jebediah Troyer has left the group.
Oh no! How are we gonna build the barn?
I love you, Steve. I do. Can we? I'm taking out my D20 because
Yeah. I want to go. I want to go murder hobo things.
All right. So yeah, you guys have a decent night's rest.
No.
It like any night before a battle. You sleep fast, stay highly alert, and of course, Olo probably in his indulgence. So Olo, give me an indulgence roll.
Ulo.
It's like this. It's like ooh.
Olo,
Low.
whatever.
Ooh.
And then Borneo attacked Garen. And,
Yeah, Reno.
how long were we out that you forgot one of our names?
A while.
Yeah.
I don't have my notes and stuff. I normally have it like right in front of my face.
Do you
on
have the
this big
phonetic
screen.
spelling of each name in your notes? Ooh, low.
All right, what am I rolling?
Bordsley. I don't understand.
Indulgence.
Bordsley Marcus.
All right, Blockade. I see you, D. Nice.
Nice.
Shut up, AA Ron.
Hey, Ron.
All right, roll it. What are you rolling?
What am I rolling? That's what I'm trying to
Indulgence.
What am I rolling for?
Probably a D20, I guess.
Roll
Yes.
your temperate versus indulgent.
Emperor versus Indulgent.
Where-
Oh, me? Everyone?
I just indulge. I have a 16. I'm not gonna fight that.
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm gonna die tomorrow, I'm gonna eat all the goat I want.
Olo has Ulo has
Ulo.
lots of goat. You can roll a Olo to your pal. No, he's chocolate covered, I think. But anyway, yeah. So, Ulo, you get up in the morning and it's set. Crazily enough, despite the fact that Ulo was last seen somewhere outside with
Probably in the field with the goats.
out in the
That's
field
left.
with the goats
Gross.
and a barrel of ale.
It's like bobbing for apples with ale.
Yeah, you were bobbing for apples in the ale barrel. Exactly. And but despite that, he is up and dressed.
Ready for war.
Ready for war. He is sharpening his arrows.
I have a
What is
sword.
so what does Ulo look like when he gets up high?
Wait, what? I'm sorry. Cut out.
I said, what does Ulo look like when he's up early in the morning for war?
Somehow, like as much as he drinks and overeats, he's yet somehow energetic and aware. He's very present, surprisingly.
Just to head off any DM style stuff. He's totally awake and doing great.
All
I'd
right.
imagine he looks a little bit like the Ian Malcolm character in Jurassic Park. He's just like his shirt's open and is like breathing weird.
He's chopping wood or something.
Yeah.
He's
just
got a
sweating.
flannel.
Stop
his
it!
open chest flannel.
There's no more
Yeah.
need for fire here. Stop it.
It looks like is that Ulo or is that Jeff Goldblum?
Oh yeah, right.
Both.
Yeah.
If Jeff Goldblum and Jason Momoa had a 4'9" baby.
Oh, that would
That's
require
about baby size, yeah.
require some lubricant. If I'm being honest, like you got a
Not
Man,
necessarily, but it would
that's-
be wise.
great big head, big
It's not
muscles.
necessary, but
There's some arbor mist.
Necessary.
what
It
is this, what does this divulge to?
That was my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can we restart? So we're gonna go to this cave and burn a kid or something. Let's go.
All right. So you guys head out to the area where you fought the Picts and read the runes, or well, you weren't. That wasn't where you were. You were traveling. That you were finding the tracks, right? Isn't that correct? You would.
Yeah, it was in that
Right
area.
Right back.
We did some exploring around there to kind of
Right.
get a sense of which direction they were going.
Jason just
Beasley had to take a bio break.
Seems like a great Jesus.
but he frolicked and he did a little prance hop, so we have to mock him incessantly. All right, so
It looks like you're eating some chicken nuggets.
peanut butter cookie.
Oh, nice. That sounds delicious. Also,
That's way different.
it is. It is way different, but it does sound. Oh, look, Jason went for food.
Yeah.
No, that was a side benefit. I went for something else, but I got some turkey.
Tryptophan.
He's so fast. I'll be back in 2 seconds. There he is. All right, so you guys awaken early in the morning, trying to get your stuff together. Are your squires staying here?
No.
Yes.
Who's good? No. Who's going to clean my booth? Anyone? Anyone?
I'm not getting all the way down there.
Keep in mind that all squires do have first aid.
Many.
Yes.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Many experiences have taught us that they have a utility. We've sent a squire off for this or for that, or I mean, you know, if there was.
We could go to the edge of the forest with them and the horses, and then leave them and the horses as we march in.
No, that's perfectly
That's fair.
responsible of you, Marcus. That's a fantastic.
So your shoes will be taken care of at least part of the way.
They'll give you fresh ones at the edge of the forest.
You could just watch where you step.
However, with all of the pagan filth about, I don't know that that's really possible.
You know.
Maybe your god can wash your shoes.
Oh, please, shoes.
You all need to pick a specific pagan religion so we can throw shit back at you too.
I'm not even pagan.
Oh, please, shoes. That is the working title for this episode. Oh, please, shoes. Oh, please, shoes. Got it.
All right. So yeah, you guys travel to the edge of the woods, set up a little station there for your squires. Beardsley's squire has got his boot cleaning station all set up. And you remember the handprint here, or the giant's footprint, or so forth that it was here, that you were dealing with the leaves and doing the reading of the runes, so forth. It pointed clearly.
I forgot the footprint part.
I don't think it was a footprint. I think I'm actually thinking back to the beginning.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Oh, I was like, oh my god! I just rolled the dice and a giant footprint.
It was just your handprint. Your handprint was in the road.
Yeah,
right? It was your handprint that the leaves kind of.
That's the size of the giant's footprint.
The size of the giant's footprint. Yeah.
That's fair.
Compared to Ula.
That's how I see it.
Has little hands.
Smells like cabbage.
So when we did this little exploration and sort of got the way of the tracks, are we talking like into the woods, an hour?
Probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
All right, then. I mean, if it's true that our squires have first aid, or at least we should probably bring one or two of them. Just for development purposes. This is part of their performance plan, and
I'll bring mine.
we want them.
We're gonna have the interns come along.
Yes, right.
The unpaid interns, the red shirts can bring their zip fizz and their band-aids.
The one
right.
skilled at healing, yes. The boot cleaners, we could probably wait till we're back.
Well, you pagans skill your squires in different skills.
Just useful ones.
I bet.
I've never seen a goat that tired before.
Yeah, if we leave our pagan squires back, they'll just get drunk. So we should probably bring them with us.
Yeah. They have a lot of free time that they don't spend kneeling. So
that is true. All right. So yeah, you guys travel into the kind of low forested hills here. The ground becomes quite changing in elevation and so forth. And it comes to, you can hear water up ahead, probably over this ridge. And I'm assuming you approach it kind of cautiously. You're not going to just like stroll over the hill type thing. And is there anyone particular that would scout?
Ulo.
Yeah, we absolutely have to assign a scout, I would think.
And if we give you children's gear, they'll just assume it's just not a threat.
Someone's got to shave him.
You're not shaving.
Well, for
I'm
my
not dressing
last,
up as a woman. I'm not dressing up as an animal to be taken by a giant bird.
all right, now let's not close the door on anything.
Yeah.
Keep an open mind. I think the last time we ran into the picks, we were a little bit clustered. So as we move through the woods, I think we want to be somewhat spread out.
Spread out a little bit.
And
Makes sense.
and yeah, I'm a 10 in hunting. I think Bjorn, you're at least a 10. Ula, what are you? You're higher than that,
I'm a
aren't you?
10. No.
10, yeah. So we're just following the tracks.
Okay.
Reading a book or something.
His squire's carrying.
No, I'm writing a book. And then
He's writing a squire.
the bear-shaped Dane got on all fours and sniffed the dung.
Yep.
What rhymes with dung,
He'd be
Marcus?
Bjorn would be pissed if he could read that.
I know.
Yeah.
What rhymes with dung, really? Thung. Okay.
Careful making Beardsley a storyteller, Jason. I'll make you fulfill the other half of Dobbs's poems.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Oh, all right. Heard. All right. So yeah. So you managed to crest up on top of this little ridge, and you can see kind of down. There's like a little ravine, and there's definitely water moving through the ravine. And it's probably about 30 foot drop to the bottom. And there is like a rope bridge that goes across kind of, it looks like into like the mouth of a cave on the other side.
Does it look like you could carry 56 pounds of dung and moss and pitch
On a cart?
across
No.
this road bridge?
It does. It actually
course.
does not.
It's a dung
Does it
bridge.
look like?
So
I
quickly, the
fucking
plans have
throw
gone.
it?
So we're going into the cave.
I bet I can get it across there.
The best
Give me
laid
an
plan.
awareness roll.
Go ahead and
I've got
throw
a
that
20.
50 pounds of dung.
Yeah. Don't bother asking if it's Garen. It's a 20. So just tell him.
Well, there's some negatives. So awareness roll with a -5.
There we go.
I got a 6 on 15 then.
All right, solid.
I got a 9 out of 9 then.
9 out of 9 with a -5.
Sorry. Yeah, the -5 gives me a 9.
Okay, and then you rolled a 9.
And I rolled a 9.
Nice. So that's a crit. Yeah. So you do notice there are 3 pick warriors kind of standing guard, and you do see 2 other guys walk across the bridge and into the mountain. So you've seen 5 in total already.
5.
That's probably all of them.
Do you make this known or no? Do you point it out in some way?
Absolutely.
Perhaps we should inspire them to investigate us.
And Garen, you notice that the cave, there's some trees and stuff on the like area right above the entrance to the cave, and the roots from some of the trees have kind of grown down almost like a curtain.
Mm.
Well, you make a noise over there, and I'll take a flanking position to shoot them when they come by.
Yes.
Well, instead of building a fire in the mouth of the cave, since that doesn't seem like a it's going to work. Why don't we build one here on the backside of this hill and see if we can draw some of these pick warriors up over the hill, and as soon as they crest the hill, we just
Agreed. Let us build a fire and make some distraction. Ulo, you take up a position, kill them all, and then perhaps we could, put the smoke in the cave. And what if there are 40 of them? Have we?
We'll kill all 40 of them.
Yeah. Yes. Of course we will.
if we see more than 5 coming across the bridge to investigate the smoke, we should cut the bridge. Yes.
And it'll be very hard for us to get to the into the cave.
Somebody would have to be down by the bridge in order for that to happen.
No, if you set a fire.
Let us proceed. Let us give them a show that will inspire them to march to their death.
Hey, Garen, you want to fight again?
No, let's just.
That's not a show. That's a beating.
I'm still nursing some bruises from the mud monster.
I think I'll do some weird.
I mean, the only way from the cave to us is this rope bridge, right?
It would, as far as you're aware, yes.
Got no idea how big that is.
I mean, I could
the other exits.
I could just lean over the ridge and start shooting them, and then when they come this way, you guys can kill them if they make it that far.
If you kill one up there and there are 40 inside, it's likely to drag 40 out. If we can build some sort of small fire and attract 5 of them over,
yeah,
we can capture one of them and get some intel.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it should be like a small, non-threatening. Just go visit. Be like, hey, what's this? Like at a distance, I don't know.
So let's back up to this thing, Ulo. You have long, flowing black hair everywhere.
That's not fair. Not everywhere. It doesn't flow everywhere.
He has a reverse fade.
I'm like visualizing this, Tim, and I was like, too far.
Yeah, he keeps everything manicured and cornrowed. It's really nice.
I'm assuming
why
none
do you
of
think
us
I get up so early?
I'm assuming none of us thought to take one of the ladies' dresses.
I'm not dressing up as a lady.
Dressing up as
Just
a lady.
spitballing here. Just spitballing.
with your massive 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. Long mustache.
It's an 11 a.m. shadow for him.
11 a.m. shadow, right?
Right, so
let's get some smoke going and and make a little racket
I thought you really wanted to do the Mulan thing. I was like, okay.
Mulan. Let's get down to business. Okay.
Hey.
So you start this small fire on the backside of the hill. I'm assuming that Garen and Ulo are still kind of watching.
Yes.
And they do spot the smoke, and that you can't hear what they're saying, but they do like yell back and forth or whatever. One of the 3 goes into the cave, and the other 2 come across the bridge.
Here come the 40 of them.
Well, I see your plans work great.
And then right about the time that they get to the far side of the bridge, 4 more come out of the cave. 1 stays at the cave, and 3 more come across the bridge. So 2 are going to arrive first, and then 3 are going to be coming.
So for those of you who are pagans, that's not quite 40.
Oh, that's way different. How about we just go around and go in? Like, since they're already out.
Well, we have to. The only way to get over there is the bridge. So when these 2 come across, we're just going to take them down.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we just break the bridge, I mean, what are they going to do?
What are they armed with?
How are we gonna kill the
It
witch?
looks like they're armed with axes. One has a javelin.
Okay.
And then the 3 that are coming across the bridge seem to be armed with axes. Not near as cool as Bjorn's axe.
Bjorn, you're about to
I think we're.
earn
I
some
think
more
we're. Yeah,
glory.
we're waiting. Like, let them come across. We'll kill them.
Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't take long, and you could see, Ulo, you could see the 2 are starting to kind of scramble up the hillside to
as soon
to
as
the
one
top.
crests the top of the hill, I'm gonna take the shot.
Okay. So you're gonna move back down off the ridge, or you're gonna
We want them.
just kind
We
of fire
want to
backwards.
bring them down on this side of the ridge. So
Yeah, I'll move down the ridge so when he
as
gets down.
as soon as we can get a jump on them, we want to drag them over the hill.
Okay.
And
Understood. I guess give me some sort of stealth or something like that for hiding, or I'll take a hunting roll for that matter, because you're stocking up on your prey.
Oh, come on. Is there anything else like
Give
oration?
them an avoidance roll.
I got a 1 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm taking the chance, but
Garen.
yeah, I got a 19 on a
Okay.
or a 10. I did not.
Yeah.
I got a 1 out of 2. I had got a 1 out of 2. How the hell did I do that? 1.
So you guys are sneaking up on him a little bit, and I had pictured that Bjorn, Marcus, and Beardsley are kind of hidden, and the fire's like out in the middle. Just as they're getting like coming down the hill, Garen steps on a twig, and it kind of snaps, and the one kind of turns his head back. But you guys are already at the engagement range at that point. So, Ulo?
I'll take the shot, the one that's looking.
Okay.
I got a 16 under 19.
Okay, that'll hit.
For my
So,
21 points.
okay.
It killed the man behind him. God Christ.
Yeah, so you put a shot into him. It hits him pretty close to his heart, and he goes down in the leaves and so forth. As he falls forward, the other one kind of turns. Who's up next on dexterity? Let's see. I probably have it on a future page here. All right, so Ulo, so Garen.
Yeah, so I would just charge the other one. I got a 7 on a 15 with my sword.
Okay, you're going to get a +5 for higher ground because he is coming down and you're coming down on over from above him.
Okay, so it's still 7 on a 20.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So so you do your damage. He is aware of you, so he will try to
10.
do a parry, but he will fail. So just straight up, you win.
10
I'm
points.
sorry, what was your damage?
10.
10? Okay. Yeah, so 10 points of damage to that one. That's going to put Marcus up next.
Same guy. 2 out of 15 or 20 if I have high ground too.
You said 10?
2 out of 15.
2 out of 15, perfect. Yeah, that's a good hit. He was unaware of you, so he can't split his parry or anything like that. So he doesn't get a chance to try to avoid you.
11 damage.
All right, cool. So after Garen cuts him from the front, you slice him up the back, and that puts him down pretty easily. So the 2 that have come across are dispatched. And let's see, it doesn't even take that long. You probably have like 2 actions that you could take before the other 3 are going to come over the hill.
think we try to drag these two just off as best we can, out of the main fighting area.
Okay.
If there's a way to make them not even be seen, that would be great. But I don't want to spend a lot of time there. Just want to avoid.
I will give you a hunting roll. I will say 2 people can spend some time to try to cover up the tracks there and make a hunting roll to set like a trap.
While those rolls are going on, I think there's, I was ready to
I'll
strike.
assist him.
I sort of spin my sword down like a walking stick, and there's this. It goes in the eye socket of a dead one, and I sort of twist, just to feel like I contributed. Like,
I got a 6 under 10 for my hunting.
Yeah, I got a 4 out of 10 under 10.
Okay, yeah. So Beardsley holds you up for a brief second as he's stabbing one in the eye that is already dead.
I'll just move the body where they tell me to put it.
Yeah. All right. And right about that time, the 3 other ones kind of crest. Is Bjorn and Marcus? Are you guys like hiding again, or are you?
Bjorn hiding. Come on, Bjorn.
Whatever shrubbery I was hiding the corpse in, I'll try and hide behind that too.
Shrubbery.
Bjorn, get in and get some of this action.
Oh, like a shrubbery.
I think I'm more prepped to just make a charge, but like trying to hide behind things, but like
Okay.
definitely like low and ready.
All right, yeah. So they're cresting the hill, and you're going to meet them, I guess.
Well, the plan wouldn't change much. We're letting them come down the hill and meeting them.
Yeah, well, I pictured that Garen and Ulo kind of took the guys off one to the side, because that'd be the easiest way to take them, and then kind of your hunting roll kind of shows that you're still thinking. So you would be kind of to their flank,
yes,
as they come down, and they would be unaware of you.
Okay. Yeah. And so my movement, whatever, as Bjorn engages, would be to block retreat.
Yeah, Bjorn's the bottom of the round. So, Marcus goes to hide. What is Beardsley doing? Is he looking for cover, or is he just engaged?
He's waiting for another dead person.
I was looking for the mute button. No, so after that, as we advance, I would absolutely look for cover.
Well, I'm waiting for one to sprout an arrow in his chest before I advance.
What's your? Just to remind me, what's everyone's valorous roll? Is it
your mom?
Yes. They are acting all rather cowardly, aren't they, Bjorn?
Fair enough.
I'm having a hard time with this because I have a 16.
Yeah,
I want to hide too.
I'll take that. So I'm going to make a roll. So tell me, Byron, how I resolve that, because I should be up front and standing at the edge of the bridge, like going like, hey.
Okay, yeah. So you're actually trying not to be valorous.
Right.
So what's your valor?
My valorous is 15.
What's your cowardly?
Cowardly is 5.
Yeah.
What the? It doesn't have to be like that.
Well, no. But there is a reckless. I think reckless and valorous.
Reckless and prudent sound better.
That's 10. Yeah. That's 10 and 10. I like that better. I love
Tim
you guys.
actually reads the rules, so let's go with what he says.
All right. I'm gonna buy Tim a Christmas present, because we Christians do that. But anyway, all right. So what do I roll? I just it's what is that?
You roll under whichever one you're trying to do.
Well, but it's a 10 of 10, so it's an 8 of 10 either way. And I want to.
All right, yeah. So you can act however you want. It doesn't.
I do what I want. I do not. I skulk through the cover. Then
you're skulking around, trying to find a different pathway. Bjorn, you're up. There's 3 of them coming down the hill. I picture you charging up to meet them. What does it look like?
Actually, I think I'm just going to
cleave 1 and 2.
I think I'm going to have to do the charge thing, but I don't think I could just have that energy around me and be like, I should wait. I should hide, like I'm not gonna go blissing down into the, across the bridge or anything. But
Yeah. No, this is still on this side of the ridge.
All right. I walk out and I spin my axe and I start running up the hill.
Okay. Are you attempting to engage more than one of them, or just are you heading for one particular guy?
Are they really clumped together?
Yeah, they're pretty close to each other. Yeah, they're not far apart.
Are they weapons drawn, or would they be surprised?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
One has
and
a
they're
shield, one has
confused
a
because
javelin,
their partners are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shield, javelin, and what?
One has a shield and a javelin, and the other two have axes.
All right. I'm going to run towards the two with axes.
Okay. So the way this works is you can engage them both. You could choose to split your attack. So you could say, I'm going to use 7 points of it, this, and 6 points of it for this, or what have you. What is your number for your attack? For your sword or for your axe skill?
It's 15.
15, yeah. So you can use it all on one, or you can split it however you want. And you can, of course, invoke passions to raise a roll.
Now help me out here. How does this work with the sword thing? If I split it, if anything lower than that number wins.
Well, because you're going to make it harder for you to hit. So typically, if you're going to do something like that, it would be a good opportunity to invoke a passion to get that plus 10.
Yeah.
So if you had like a 16 and you split it 8-8 and you invoked your passion to be 18-18.
All right.
You wouldn't split the extra 10 for
the passion would apply to both.
Cool.
To get to that valor there.
10 bonus until the end of the encounter.
I rolled for loyalty for my lord.
Okay.
Aware that I'm in this situation and aware that I'm that these people are invading a land that is not their. Well, it was theirs. I guess I'm gonna have a hard time role playing this if I'm against colonialization or colonizing. Shit. Anyway, I got a 15.
15?
Which is good or bad?
What's your number?
My number for the Lord thing's 15, but I don't know what.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
a critical success.
Yeah, so you get to add 10.
Yes, it's a success. Yeah. So you can split it however you want. So do you want to attack two of them? You can take your original number and split it however you want. You're going to get to add 10 to both sides. Are you going to make it even, or are you going to make it?
I guess I'm not understanding. So I could say 7.5. Or
well, obviously you can't make it 7.5. So you could do 8 and 7. You could do 8 and 7, or you could do 10, and that'd be one of them would be a 20.
How do we do the hands-free thing? Just really quick. Just
how do you do the what?
How do you calculate melee if I don't have that number over here?
It's not gonna. You won't have to calculate it. It'll do the same damage on both, unless you use an axe and a sword.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to do this because what I was thinking was if I hit one with the axe and then try to slam into the other one, just barrel through the other one as I go, Yeah, you could do a melee. So those are actually 2 attacks, unfortunately. So I guess you could do that. Yeah.
Just chop them up with your axe.
I'm just gonna hit him.
Yeah, you might be better off just to go with the axe.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do that then.
But you can cinematically make it however you like.
Cinematically, I'm trying to figure out how to hit one with an axe and another one with the same axe.
Well, it's just like a stroke up and then come down.
Oh, okay.
You could do a spin. You could.
Oh yes, I'm a pirouette.
You could. If you had worn your tutu.
Yeah. Oh. On me, it's no. All right. So I just got to roll for sword now, or what?
Axe.
Yeah.
Twice.
So the
Sorry,
one, so the one does raise his axe versus the sword blow, and he does get a success. So he will block your sword skill. So, but I need to know what number you roll. I need to know what number you roll.
10. So he blocks it with a passion invoked as well.
No, yeah. He basically blocks your shot because he's successful in his attack. But the problem is he's using an axe and you're using a sword on the second blow.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. So if you roll higher than him, you will break his axe.
No.
Because that's what happens when you put an axe versus a sword.
I got a 12.
All right, so he actually had an 11. So you will actually break his axe. So that will prevent him from blocking it because it breaks it.
Okay.
So you do full damage on both.
Full damage on both?
Yep.
Good. All right. So I do my damage twice?
Yeah, your damage for each one. Your sword actually, I believe, might do more damage.
No.
No, they're both plus 1d6.
They're both plus 1d6. Okay.
Oh, is it? Because my damage is
yeah, plus. It's your damage plus 1d6.
Oh, I didn't roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did you just roll straight, Tim?
Yeah, I did. That's all right.
Let me see if I can do this.
Okay, we're a little rusty. We get to kick the rust out.
All right, so 6-sided dice. Oh, that's just the square one. I'm dumb.
Well, yes, it is.
So 7 dice, 6-sided for one of them. Roll twice. Awful long roll there, gentlemen. All right, one of them's 24, the other one's 26.
Both dead.
Please tell me it's gross. Somebody tell me it's gross.
Right.
Yeah. So what's this look like? Obviously, the guy gets his axe up to block the sword blow, but it doesn't do anything.
Septum to scrotum. Septum to scrotum. He's done.
The sword hacks through his axe, and my axe plants firmly in the other side of the guy's neck, and I guess it tears right through, and I continue the spin and just into the sternum of the other guy, and with a crunch and a wet sound, he just collapses, and everything's okay now. Right, awesome. I didn't get to burn it. That's all right.
All right, so let's see here. That was actually that's going to put Ulo and Garen up, since Beardsley and Marcus were attempting to find a place to hide still.
Strategic advance, please, Lord GM.
Yeah, you can move forward. So Ulo and Garen are coming from their right flank.
So I'm just gonna kneel down, with the cover behind a 3, and just take the shot.
Okay. You can see Bjorn is there, just cutting 2 of them to pieces, and a third one is attempting to figure out what he's going to do with his shield and spear.
Well, I don't think it's going to matter a lot because I'm
pretty accurate. Pretty surgical with this shit.
I got 15 under 19.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit, and I did max damage. I'm going to do 26 points.
All right. What's it look like? This one turns to he's terrified of Bjorn. He kind of turns and looks Bjorn straight in the face as you come from his side.
As arrow just passes through his throat, it didn't even hit anything. It just passes through, and the guy just crumples in front of Bjorn.
He kind of coughs, Bjorn, and blood kind of trickles from his mouth and his throat at the same time as he just leans forward into you.
I look around excited. Like, I don't know how I did that, but that was great. I killed his friend so hard he died.
You don't even see Ulo's arrow.
Yeah, how would I have? It just blew through there. Like, oh, neat. I don't know anything about anatomy, but yeah.
It just came out of nowhere like that taco.
See, if there's 40 of them, we could do this a few more times.
So I'm going to get back up on the ridge and see if anybody else is coming.
You do not see any more. You just see that one over there.
Hey, Ulo, how many arrows you got?
A lot.
I think we're done here then. That's good.
Does he seem curious as to where these folks are, why they're not coming back yet?
Well, I mean, it hasn't been that long.
I just,
They've only been gone for moments.
Sitting there taking a nap? Is he?
Dad never came home for dinner.
Is he doing one of these jobs?
He seems to be listening. You did see that the one had a horn on him.
Ooh.
I take the
He
horn.
did not blow. Ooh,
Can I-
But yeah, he did not get a chance.
what if
Can I-
there was a song that was inspiring for the rest to come dance to, Bjorn?
Sounds good.
It's like
Sing the song one more time.
And
All right.
up along the ridge where the tree is and the vines and the roots are growing down, is there any movement going up there? And really what I'm looking for is if we decide to advance across this bridge, I don't want to start catching spears from.
Sure. No, your awareness is pretty good. You guys didn't really make a whole lot of noise over here. I mean, the fire, you still have the fire is still burning and putting up a little bit of smoke.
That's all right. I'd be patient a little bit just to see if this guy decides to come or send anybody else.
How long is that bridge?
I'll wave Marcus over.
Okay. Yeah. Beardsley and Marcus can retreat back over there or go over there.
Let's see.
How long is that bridge?
That's about 35 to 40 feet.
Okay. All right.
I mean, once we start across the bridge, we're committed to the other side.
That is a fact.
or to our death if they see us coming.
It doesn't feel tactically like a great idea to go 5 strong across the bridge. We may have no choice, but
yeah, but we have a natural pinch point if we just stand at the other side of the bridge, right?
I'm all right with trying to get them to keep coming across. Yeah, I think there's validity in that as a strategy. Marcus, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm going to wait here a bit and see if anyone else comes out.
There has to be another entrance.
We could
There has
blow
to be
that
another
horn,
entrance.
but that could draw way too many. It could draw them from the woods too.
Oh. 30 or 40 feet. I bet I can get a jar of pitch over there.
I mean, I could shoot him.
Well, yeah, but hold on. I'm thinking if we get the jar of pitch over there,
That's an interesting idea. If we,
it's going to break when it hits.
If you could drop him.
Yeah, Ward, he just fired. He just puts fire on a arrow and fires.
And if you miss, it could light up the bridge.
Well, you don't.
That was going to be my only defense in the case of not burning.
Yeah, but at that point, that's when we figure out if there's another entrance in the cave.
That's true.
Well, we find that out when they all come.
They're for sure. It's probably at least the way to get out on that side. But getting to that side, if you don't have the bridge, might be problematic.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It doesn't look like there's any way across this water to get to the tree and come down from that side, right? The bridge is really the only thing we see where we're at.
Correct. Yeah. Like crossing the ravine to get over there would require going at least further upstream or. something to figure out where you can cross.
So we could be patient and they could send 10 more people, or we could have Ulo drop this guy where he stands and just make our move across the bridge. I kind of like that latter part.
That is rather cinematic, if I'm being honest. Whatever that means. Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Ula's like, whatever,
Ula's
bro.
gonna set up a shot.
Yep.
Can we do one of the sniper scenes where like I'm calling out numbers and shit?
Yeah, right on.
Byron left.
Oh, my camera died.
Put your shirt on, buddy.
There we go.
There
No,
you go.
don't.
No, stop.
Hey,
fine.
no, yeah.
We've been there before.
Apparently, the USB port is a little loose because I touched it and like dropped it.
We were there at Chaosium Con.
Hey, Harwell was. You mean we're fine?
Did it mess up my box?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna set up a shot and take this guy out.
Okay. You could easily get a +2 for aiming.
Okay.
You gonna aim? Or just can I hold it like a cigar or something and the wind goes through?
360 no scope.
So with the +2, I got a 6 under 21. And
Right.
I do 21 points.
21 points. So you shoot him and he falls at the doorway. He slumps.
Do it
And he
again.
kind of like, you can see he's still moving. And he tries to like, he looks like he's trying to drag himself into the mouth of the gate.
Oh, no.
All right, I'm going to start moving towards the bridge. We're going across. Ulo, see if you can stop him.
Yeah, I'll try to shoot him again
Okay.
before he gets into the cave.
So he's going to be a little harder to hit now because you don't have the aim.
Okay.
And also he's kind of prone.
Not
So you're
for
going to take a
Ulo.
-5 to your shot.
All right. Well, I got a 2 under 14 then.
Nice. Natural 20 with Tim. Again.
I'm rolling a dice roller.
Natural 20.
It's right here.
I don't even pay attention anymore. I just wait for him to tell us how much damage he does.
Yeah.
Right?
How many people died from long distance broomstick?
18 points.
18 points. He stops dragging himself into the cave. He only got a mere inches.
They start dragging himself out now. He's like, oh god, fuck. Can't go anywhere.
Yeah, Bjorn and Garen, you guys get across there relatively quickly.
I crossed the bridge.
It's
Nice.
sturdy enough you can actually make a good run for it.
That's
It's not
fine.
real bad where like if you run out of it, it's like
I look at Bjorn and I said, "Is there any chance anybody else came?"
Yeah, I would cross the bridge too. I wasn't gonna.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say Marcus.
We all file in.
Beardsley's right. Beardsley's narrating.
No, this is what I've been waiting for. This is the moment, like,
The
yeah.
fucking bridge goes. Feel like,
Okay.
oh.
Like Marcus and I are on opposite sides of whatever terrain, and like, yeah, it's safe. Let's run across valorously.
Yeah, beards.
Like, I run like this. It's a loping run.
I go figure the pagans are the first across. That's good.
I don't believe I bought a standing desk for this.
Nothing but slamming.
Less
Slamming the old baby. All right.
Do we hear anything while these guys are coming across the bridge? Is there any sounds?
You do not. You do not hear anything other than the sound of the water.
Danish cursing.
How
All
much
right, did you
fighting
guys
room?
put your fire out?
Danish pastry.
No.
Okay.
My father
He's
was
gonna be
a
pissed.
Danish.
I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll pay for that eventually.
But in all honesty, I don't think any of us would have thought to snuff
I
the
didn't
fire
even
out.
cross my mind.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
whatever
Smokey
happens.
the bear
happens.
hasn't been around for another 1,000 or so years.
All right. So at the mouth of this cave where the guards were, and this guy's dead. How much fighting room is in that spot? How big is the cave?
It's enough that you guys can all stand there. There's not a lot of fighting room. It is, like a small opening that kind of leads into a larger
I'm gonna
thing.
guess I'm not gonna be able to use my bow very well.
And I'm assuming-
not from here.
I'm assuming
Close
there's
range
some
bow.
sort of light within the cave because I mean,
there
they're
is
humans.
like a sconce of. It has a torch basically in it. Several, and it kind of you could see it glowing once you reach the carpet of kind of the curtain of roots and so forth.
The Curtain of Roots. Okay, new title. That's bad.
I used to play bass for Curtain of Roots in 99, 98.
Fuck off.
Curtain of roots. All right. So who's first in?
I'll go
I'll go.
first.
Me?
Marcus. All right. So you push the roots aside and kind of find your way in.
Hey, Marcus.
I didn't think.
Don't forget.
Damn. All right, Marcus.
Dave just scared me. Very quiet.
He's eerily quiet right now.
Yeah, I was like, why isn't he talking shit? This seems bad now.
He takes his religion serious. Beardsley's. Well, I don't know. Beardsley talks a good game. Marcus is very pious.
Show me on the doll.
Well, I mean, in this time period, like everyone's religion would probably be serious business.
It's true.
I mean, except for the pagans.
Apparently, your religion is not serious to them.
Actually, watching The Last Kingdom, this is exactly how they talk to each other. The pagans.
Yeah, that's pretty much
That's
it.
that's completely valid. All right. So yeah, Marcus, you make your way past the roots. It kind of weaves a little bit. It doesn't just go in a straight fashion. And you can see that there is an area where it almost looks like there's some stairs that kind of lead down. And there's a small waterfall that kind of comes over here and leads, it kind of plummets down a little ways. And you can see a lower area where there are some fires and stuff. And you can see some people attending and stuff there. Some that aren't necessarily warriors.
Like how wide is this area? Is it like just one by one
This
through
is
here?
maybe one 2-man width.
I go sideways.
3. They're gonna be sideways, I guess.
Yeah, you're like walking Roman style, right? Like there's no opportunity to swing wide.
So yeah, I point that out. Whoever's behind me, bring them up so we can advance on them as close as we can quietly.
Okay. Are you gonna take the torch from the wall, or are you just gonna use the light exuded from it to?
If there's enough torches around here, we'll just leave.
There is
I'd
some
leave them in
fire
place.
down there. It's a dark glow, but you can definitely move with it.
We should take that just in case someone brings up the rear. They'll be fighting us in darkness. Bring the torch.
And if I'm up front, I want my sword and shield. Someone with the torch could be in the middle.
Heard.
I'm not gonna be able to use my bow here, so I'll
As
draw.
long
my
as we
sword.
can see, I'm not going to mess with the sword torch. I'd be up with Marcus, shield and sword in hand.
Okay.
I will stay at I'll stay at the rear, and I'll hold my my shield and my axe as well. Just
All right.
sort of
Beardsley, are you bringing the torch, or are you?
Yeah, so I'll bring the torch. I'm assuming I'm behind Marcus wherever he is, because there's a
Right,
conversation.
Marcus
between the
is
two.
towards the front, so
Right,
is Garrett.
so I'm going to bring it. I'll hold it fairly low so that their bodies will block the majority of the light.
Got it.
Right,
So
'cause
it's Marcus, Garen, Beardsley, Ulo, and Bjorn.
That's unfortunate, but yeah.
Get the torch out of my face. Stop putting it down here. Stop putting it down.
Yeah, you're holding it down. Ulo, is that? He's only like 5'8". He's
I'm like 4'9".
I'm running out of options as to where to hold it that I don't like some weird, like, long, what did you call them, Tim? Like flowing. No, I hold it low. So their bodies block the
Yeah.
majority of the light.
Yeah. And they have their shields out, so that covers it pretty well, like a lantern in a way. All right, so Marcus, you make your way down. the stairs. It's probably about 15 feet or so, kind of curves along the rock face. It looks like more natural stairs than actual like carved stairs in the area. And it kind of opens up into like a cave on one side and then like a fall that goes into the water where the waterfall falls to on the left side. And as you get down there, you can see the people are kind of moving around, and a woman kind of steps to you and says, "Well, where are you, kind warrior?"
Probably the witch killer.
Just hit her.
The welcome wagon.
Uno shoot.
Lay down while we stack stones on you.
Where's my duck? Hold on.
Okay.
All right, so you push her or you swing at her?
Lay down.
Swing at her.
Okay, yep.
Is there room in here for
She's
me
not
to
going
use
to
my
block
bow?
it, so just you're straight to roll.
Just like yeah.
You're going to get a +5. She's not a combatant. Or +5.
You just took out a.
Still like a pommel strike to the head there.
Look at
Okay.
staff. Yeah, that was the lady. Do you have a reservation? Oh God.
15 out of 22.
All right. Yeah, you smash that woman, and she goes down. And
You have 22?
That was a bonus.
the
She was
others-
defending.
some
Oh,
of the others kind of notice this and begin to try to move away. It opens up enough that 3 or 4 of you can kind of fight in this area.
Is there room in here for me to use my bow or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
you could use your bow at a distance, like towards from the stairwell. You could reach into like the cave area
Okay.
because they have little fires and stuff in there, so you could see. You could pick off any that are near the doorway to get out of this room. Or
Seems like a great idea.
Yeah, I'll do just that.
Okay, yep. Garen, do you engage some of the other ones here?
Not if they're not coming up to us. We're looking for their leader. Do we see anything that would look like a?
You do not see anyone
tent?
here that looks like fighting stock.
How about any sort of place that looks like where the leader might be holding up?
Probably further down.
Do they speak our language? I can't remember.
I'm sorry, what was that, Jason?
Do they speak our language?
They speak their own pick language.
Do we have? Probably not, right? Like we don't speak.
I would say anyone with a hate pick of at least probably 14 could probably at least speak some of their language.
Yeah, no.
You probably had to deal with them in some way.
Yeah. Anyone? No.
I don't like Germans. I don't know.
And I don't really know who to ask for, so I'm guessing with that, where's the witch is probably not going to, even if they speak Anglo or English or whatever it would be called.
Give me a like a religion or like a what would that be?
Marcus,
religion?
you take this.
I think that as a pagan you would have a better chance.
There's a person out here, right? Like,
I got
I'm sorry.
a 2 on a 2. Unbelievable.
You could refer to like a priestess or something like that. You know what I mean?
There we go.
What? There's a person. I missed this. I'm very sorry.
No,
We
you're
captured
fine.
somebody.
We're just moving through like what would appear to be like
A group of
villagers.
villagers.
And Marcus knocks some poor old lady out. I'm the best pigeon pitch I can come up with. I'm asking for a priestess or something similar, and we're moving.
I have a bag of the runes that I took off the person when I ran the runes. We can show the runes.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That actually would get you to the one. There's like a younger boy, probably 16, 17, so almost really fighting stock. I mean, he's not a warrior. He sees the runes and identifies, and you were I'm assuming trying to make out, like pointing at them, what have you. And he points in the entryway, and like he like, do you point for him to take you there, or just show you where it is?
I mean, if it looks like an easy place to go, we would just keep moving in that direction.
Okay,
Do we need
you can move that way. There's nothing hampering you from moving that way.
So Byron, what happens to the boy? So they move forward. He just showed them. He's obviously like, oh, this is terrible. What does he do as they pass him?
He goes to cower.
I slice his throat.
Okay.
There will be no vengeance against my brethren. Like I just whoops, sorry. Yeah.
All right, yeah, you can kill him relatively easily.
I hope so. Fuck, I hope so. But no, you gotta,
gotta command respect.
I'm cruel.
Coward.
He is cruel.
Shut up, Steve. I made this character. He's cruel. So that's what
seems like you wouldn't have killed him. Maybe your cruelty. Like, are you cruel, or so cruelty would be to leave him alive, but with a debilitating wound.
Fine. Yeah. So I'll
Like
yeah. Okay.
cut his Achilles tendon or
Hell
something.
yeah, that sounds fun.
Fucking gimp him.
That's horrible.
Gimp him.
Sepsis.
Now you're just being gross, but yeah, okay, fine. I do that.
Stab him in the shin like he's Eddard Stark.
So he can
Burn him.
So
Burn
he can
him.
yeah. So he can
Burn him with the torch.
just wait, ladies and gentlemen. Season 2 of this campaign.
Let's not have a
Yes.
boy on fire running through the.
3 devils on your shoulders yelling at you.
Marcus, keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hobble him. I do. I hobble him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see him come back.
I know that I wanted him dead. Thanks, Byron. Appreciate it.
I'm just chuckling to myself as Marcus has already waylaid an old lady. Beardsley is hobbled a young.
They are fine
boy.
Christian men. Do not talk about that.
Bjorn, you and I have done nothing. And Ula, we have done nothing.
We're all over here making like
Honorable
ethical
behavior.
arguments. Like, I don't know if I wanted it to be treated that way. I don't think I would. I don't.
There's centuries upon centuries more of this that's going to happen to people that don't believe the same as we do.
Exactly.
There you go.
Bad news. This is now Istanbul.
It's called the Crusades.
I'm not, no judgment. I find it all rather
It's not that far away in the time room. It's really not. All right.
All right. We're
You must
moving. We're
convert
continuing
or
to
kill
move.
every last one of you.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys go down. You do come across like 2 warriors that present themselves from the front, Marcus and Garen.
You say
Like,
old
present
warriors?
yourself
Like how old?
You go no farther, or what's your business? Present themselves.
Isn't that, how old too? You said old warriors. It's like Bilbo Saggins or what?
These are older guys, so they're like 45, 50.
What the hell's wrong with you? They're young people.
Not really, not in this day and age. They're old.
They're old as shit. What are you talking about?
Old
I
as
hate
fuck
you.
right
I
now.
hate you so much
Almost
right
Most people die at like 36.
Hey, that's not that bad.
I would use the priestess term that I've been using if they look like they're moving in to defend the entrance. Then,
Yeah, they're definitely defending.
okay, then I
Okay.
will attack.
Strike them down.
Dispatch him.
All right, so Garen, you're going to be first, swinging wise.
5 on a 15.
That's it.
Yeah, giddy up.
He'll try to block. He has horribly. He puts his shield down, thinking you're going to come in from below, and you come with an overhand strike.
So that's 16.
Nice, 16. He hacks into him really well. He is not dead, but he is knocked down. Still alive. Marcus.
Attack his buddy.
Okay. His buddy attempts to. Oh my God, I'm almost so bad.
5 on 15.
Yeah, no, he didn't block. Clearly, they are not used to fighting knights. They do not know your sword skills.
18 damage.
18 damage again. Knock him down. Neither are dead. but both knocked down. The one will attempt to fight from the ground with an axe, swinging kind of at Garen's leg. And as he swings, his axe kind of clips like a rock and skitters from his hand.
Wow.
That's not really good.
Are you
The other
rolling?
one pulls like a sax dagger and stabs at you, Marcus. You have an attempt to block him. So you just roll your skill.
13 out of 15.
Yeah, so that's enough to block him, and your number was higher than his. So he kind of stabs at your leg, and you just kind of use your shield and jam his knife to the ground. But coming back to you guys to swing a second time.
We go in.
So we're gonna kill these guys. I mean,
Yeah.
They're not going to stop fighting.
Yeah.
Let Beardsley do it.
I got a 9 out
I
of
was
15.
gonna say I'm tempted. Beardsley, you want a piece?
I think there's this moment actually for cinematics. Let's do this. So Tim, your character is so Garen's saying this to
Garen
me,
realizes he's unarmed and just moves away and says, "This is beer
and I'm there like,
over here."
I'm like, what would you prefer if I just like and just yeah, I kill him.
Okay.
Do I get experience points for that?
He's trying to reach for his axe, but it's out of his reach.
Oh, I would move it. I would move it further. Just be like, oh, what's wrong? Sorry.
Like it.
Fuck
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, Beardsley.
Right.
Yeah.
Part of the team.
All right, Marcus.
I'm here to take out the elderly and the children.
Since I pinned his dagger to the ground, I'll just
You're
I got
COVID?
a 9 out of 15 on the attack. So just sinking the sword right into down here into the clavicle.
Yeah, minimum damage is enough to finish him off. So
Okay.
yeah, you kill him off, and you can as you go forward from this spot, it kind of goes like down, kind of like a low ramp, and there's like some moss and stuff covered there, and you see there are skulls kind of stacked on the edges of this thing, and there are like candles and stuff burning within the mouths, and like some have candles stuck on the top of their skulls, and the wax is like melted down over the eyes and so
We're
forth.
getting closer.
Yeah. The plane, boss. The plane.
Would you
And
say
can
this
see
is
there
Witch
are,
Decor?
You notice
Based on
several,
Bed Bath and Beyond, frequent shoppers
pagan
list.
fetishes kind of hanging from the thing here, and what looks to be almost like a web of like netting and so forth that begins to cover like this one entrance, and from within you can hear a voice, and it says, "Bjorn, I sense you. Come and receive my blessing."
It seems that she wants to give you a blessing, pagans.
Oh, good. I'm glad you guys heard that too.
I
Wait.
look back and I call Ulo up closer to the front now.
Just fire the things in the hole. Shooting there.
And what do you say, Marcus? Enter. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I want to make sure that Ulo's got cover or overwatch as we go into the.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, there's
chamber.
like another curtain of like roots and netting and so forth and moss, and you kind of make your way through this. Ulo bringing up the kind of the rearish.
Well, I'm more towards the middle now. So
More
Yeah,
towards the
yeah,
middle.
Yeah,
Bjorn,
we're trying
are you
to.
coming towards the front, or are you staying till the back still? You've been taunted.
I'll move towards the front. I'm not.
Okay. So this is wide enough that you guys can kind of fan out a little bit, almost armed abreast, and so you can kind of see there's like the central area of like twigs, and there are tons of skulls like stacked up along the walls and stuff in this cave, and you can see there's a small it looks like an animal or something that's on this altar. It's a goat. Its head is kind of lolled over the edge of the stone, and blood has kind of poured down into a puddle on the floor. And kind of hunched behind it, you see like this white-haired woman with blue paint down one side of her face, her hands covered in blood. You could see like she has like some kind of bone things on her fingers that kind of look like long tenderly type fingernails, and she kind of scrapes them and picks up a bunch of like pieces of organs or whatever and throws them at Bjorn.
She's trying to mate with you, Bjorn.
And so it kind of splatters across your armor, Bjorn, or your shield, and splatters on your face. And as it drips down, you can kind of see it, kind of surreal, as it drips down over your eye, and you remember how your eyes were covered in blood in your vision.
Oh shit!
It was planned.
Yeah.
And Garen, you're up. Well, Ulo, if you want to take a shot, you do have a shot at her.
Absolutely.
She's behind like a stone-like area and kind of has some cover, so I'm going to give her a -8. Give you a -8.
Oh, right. Well, I will will use my passion for Lord. We're here to kill this witch to hopefully unite the realm under King Arthur. So that's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay. So you basically scream out like in the name of Arthur.
Yeah.
I bring justice. I like it.
I got a 518 for my fealty.
Okay. That's a solid roll.
So that will bring me
10,
to.
it's going to give you +2 to hit in the long
that'll
run.
bring my bow to a 21.
Nice. So you can't miss. You just could possibly crit.
Yeah, she done.
I got a 20. Yeah, I got a crit.
The surprise on Tim's face right now is palatable.
So do I do double damage or how
You
does that work?
You do double damage.
Okay.
82 points of damage.
Disintegrated.
You killed our ancestors.
Good, because they were pagans. So.
Oh. You'll pay for that later.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it with a lisp. So.
37 points.
37 points. Yeah,
that's how we know what's being said.
Pierces into her face. It pierces into her face, taking out one of her milky eyes. That kind of pops and leaks this milky liquid down the front of her face as the arrow protrudes through the back of her head. As she proceeds to leap up on top of the altar after you shoot her in the eye.
And so dry cleaning was invented.
And she reaches her hand out and speaks in this weird tongue, throwing with her other hand these bones in front of Garen. And some of the roots and stuff that are hanging above begin to grow down towards you, Garen. What do you do?
I'm going to leap at her and try to chop her in two.
Okay. So that ring that you got from the Fae, is it on your shield hand or is it on your sword hand?
I would assume it'd be my shield hand. I'm going to go with
shield hand. Okay.
Yeah.
So I kind of picture like Garen puts the shield up like this, and as you do, the roots kind of move away from the shield as whatever the power of that Fae ring seems to have some effect on the roots as you leap forward face to face with her as she's standing on this. The arrow is still protruding as what looks to be a mixture of blood and milky liquid from her cataract eye.
I got no spot for witches, so I would invoke honor. I got a 4 on a 17, so that gives me. And then a 14 on a 25 to hit with my sword, and that's 8, 13, 14, 16 more damage.
You needed 16 points to put her down. So what does this look like? She's perched up on this thing.
Literally just burying my sword right into her midsection.
Nice. And out the
every
other
intent
side.
to cut her in two if I could.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. So you cut her in half. As her body falls, Bjorn, you can feel her one eye kind of look at you, and she mumbles like with this black liquid kind of pouring from her face.
It's probably internal bleeding.
She points at Bjorn and she says, "A curse on your children."
Oh, and you got a bunch of them. Oh my God, you got a bunch of them. So many.
You're never going to hear the end of this from Beardsley. Beardsley's so spooked by all this stuff.
And that's where we're going to end the stream for the night.
Byron, can I please,
Sharon?
when she falls to the ground, can I please at least stab her in the eyeball?
Absolutely.
Get rid of the other one.
The other one.
Right before what's left of her life drains from it, you pop it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to leave you.
Like a popping sound.
Ladies and
It's like
gentlemen.
biting into like a maraschino cherry.
Gross. This is getting worse.
A really
Keep going.
fresh maraschino cherry.
Milky. If you bit into it,
It's
but
like one of those like chocolate filled or like cherry filled chocolates.
that's bad. That's just gnarly.
Nice.
What's wrong with
All
you
right,
people?
guys.
So I want to leave the stream with a thought. Think about how many children Bjorn has made, and how many curses there are now.
Hold on. He said a curse, not many curses. So
no.
it's one split evenly and distributed
Across,
by
yeah.
like 20.
You want to talk about
Enough
COVID?
children
for
in
everybody.
the slaughter zone.
It's
No.
only a partial curse on many
Yes.
children.
All I know is this is Beardsley's. The thing that weirds him out more than anything is this sort of black magic.
And honestly, I'm really annoyed because technically in that whole scene, I didn't do shit. I got hit with an organ.
What
Just
you
threw shit
did,
at you.
what you did was you did the world a disservice because of all the reproducing that you did, which I tried to talk to you about probably at least 5 times.
I brought the average height in Europe up. And you're fucking
well,
welcome.
average
small
because
percent.
basketball is important.
He's been giving you pamphlets since day one.
What you don't know is without Beardsley, the height in the UK would never have gone above like 5'10".
Oh,
Yeah. No, it's true.
Beardsley spawned enough children.
Byron, thank you for running this session. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, we are Myth Brigade, and I'm going to hit the